Hello, this is Regina Kachkoff-Enk with an explanatory video of Access Project 4B. This week's focus is creating forms and reports to update the Pine Hill database. There were three main things that we did to update this database. First, we created one form using the student table, and then we created a form that contained a subform in addition, and lastly we created a report based on some of these tables, and I'm going to show you how to do these three things specifically just in the interest of time. So to create a form, you go to create the Create ribbon and you go to Form Wizard, and to create just a single form, the one that we wanted to create was based on the student table. And we needed all of these fields, so we just go ahead and click the double arrow. Then we hit Next. We wanted it in the columnar view, so layout that is, and so we went ahead and used that. And then we went ahead and wanted to title this Student Data. And I'm not going to hit Finish because we already have this, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. And now we can open it up, Student Data, and you can see that we have this lovely form created with 35 different records here. One thing I did do was I applied a theme here that was only for this particular form. So when I went ahead and did that, I made sure that I right-clicked and checked Apply Theme to this object only. So then I also changed the color here on Student Data, and I did have to change a couple of items within the form. I needed to update a particular record, and to find a particular record all you have to do is go to Find, and this person's name was Jeff Teely, so I just wanted to put in like J-E and match any part of the field, Find Next, and here he is, Jeff Teely. So I just changed his address, and I wanted to put in an additional record as well. And to put in an additional record, all you have to do is click New Blank Record down here, and you can go ahead and populate that as you'd like. In our case, it was already done, so it's not necessary to do it at this point. So we go ahead and we save and close this record. Now we also wanted to create a form with a subform. So go to Create, Form Wizard, and it starts out basically in the same way. So we wanted to create the main form using the teacher table, and we want to use all the fields from the teacher table. Our subform is going to be the contract table, and from the contract table we only want contract ID, student ID, and lesson type. So we go ahead and click Next, and as you can see, it already kind of separates the information. We hit Next. Now we want it in datasheet layout, and here we changed this to contracts by teacher. And here we just deleted that space. I'm not going to hit Finish because once again we've already got this here. So let me just open up contracts by teacher so you could see what we did. So as you can see, we have this portion of the form, and then we have this subform. It's sort of like embedded almost beneath, and as we click through, you could see that our teacher has their students in this little subform. So it's a really great way to reference all of the students for a given teacher all in one form. The other thing that we did, just formatting wise, was we went ahead and we selected all of these fields over here from teacher ID to hire date, and we excluded takes beginners, and I went ahead and I put dots as the line type. That's where you find that. So we also resized these accordingly, you know, just to make everything look good, to make sure that we see everything. And then I saved and closed this. And the last thing we did was we ran a report. So to create a report, you go to the Create ribbon again and go to Report Wizard. Now this report that we're creating is based on, let me see, this was based on the contract table and the student table. I believe our student table here was the primary table and the contract table was the related table. So first I go ahead and select student, and what I need here are the student ID, first name, last name, and home phone. Now my subtable, sorry, my related table is going to be the contract table. And since I need almost everything here, I'm just going to move everything over, and then I will put back what I don't need, which is the student ID, start date, and end date. Hit next, and as you can see again, you've got it sort of listed separately. Like here's the main information, here's the dependent information. Now we didn't want to do any grouping by levels, so we just glossed over that. We did, however, want to sort in ascending order by contract ID. We used the outline layout and we did landscape. And then we changed this title to student contracts. And we're going to cancel that. As you can see, we've got this lovely report here that we can view all the records of. Now I also added this logo here, and if we go back to the alternate view, we can go ahead and click logo and retrieve our picture. So I resized it and I fit it approximately where it needed to be. I also needed to resize a couple of fields over here, and you can just do that by pulling to either side. Then lastly, what I did was I needed to do a conditional formatting for any lesson monthly costs that were over $200. Okay, there it is. So to do this, I needed to be able to access conditional formatting. So I got my conditional formatting, and needed to do was go by lesson cost. And as you can see, I already have the rule listed here. I did it for any value over 200, greater than 200, and the format was maroon 5 bold. So that's already been applied. And if we scroll through, let's go to print view. If we scroll through, we can see on our second page, right here, lesson monthly cost is $280, which is over 200, so it is in maroon 5. And as we scroll through, we can see it again and again, and any lessons that were over 200. Then we went ahead and saved and closed this, and I compacted and repaired my database, and that was it. So thank you very much for listening. See you again soon.